guess today I'll explain where I went missing for the past, I don't know, what was it, over a year. Um, One of the other content creators who I used to comment on his stuff a lot, he's worth checking out. I'll show you. He noticed I hadn't been engaging in a while. And so I had an issue where I've spoke about the organized harassment I've endured and the stalking. And I mentioned it to a mental health professional and a grape that had occurred against me or to me, whatever, however you want to talk about it. And I was pressing the um, case manager for help. And so what had happened, and nobody helps me. That's a short answer. What had happened was instead of getting help, um, they tried to court order me mental health treatment. And so the police called and they're like, hey, there's a pickup order. All right, I'll go voluntary. They're going to pick me up the next day. So I went voluntary. I was actually planning to anyway. And while I was at this mental health facility voluntary, I was there for several days, had some med changes. It helped a little bit. Mood stabilizer, debatable. It's a band-aid. It don't help. It's a band-aid. Um, and what happened was the police came and picked me up from there. They took me to another facility. Um, yeah, I can talk about what's happened in these places. It's horrible shit, but all right. So while at this other facility, they end up calling a family member and have myself and them and then staff from the facility on the phone. And I was like, yeah, um, the way the law states is that if you're voluntary, they can't court order you. Well, because I was voluntary and I said I'd be voluntary to the family on the phone and the staff, they, decided to take me into a back room and interview me and collectively lied. They asked me if I'd be voluntary. My answer was the same. I said, yeah. Then all of a sudden their story changed and said he won't be voluntary, and I was sent to a state institution for, or I don't know what state. I forget. I did the math. It was over 100 days. So basically, like a misdemeanor charge, jail stint. Except instead of that, they're giving you medication that you don't need, saying you're psychotic when you're in fact not being psychotic, and you're talking about pretty disturbing things that are taking place. So I asked them, I said, they kept telling me I was delusional. I said, what was my delusion? Oh, you never had a mental health case manager falsify your medical records. So they actually took away my freedom because his name was Mike. I'll reserve the last name. Had falsified my medical records years prior. So horribly, in fact, that I ended up getting sent to a group home for convicts. Because again, this targeting and harassment's gone on for years. And yeah, at the time I was on probation for a drug charge. And I didn't tell them what the charge was because I'm not legally obligated to. And then because of that, I instead have dealt with the abuse of the system, and I've been blowing the whistle since. And that's like not the start of it. The real start of all these problems was Eric Watson. and Charles McPherson of Camden County, and Watson being the grievance coordinator. Oh, yeah, he coordinated those things right to the trash can. He covers things up for his corrupt correctional officers. That was the real source of my problems. Problems ever since. And I mean like escalating really, really crazy. Like the time, um, I don't know, I stopped a dude from fighting with his girlfriend, and he had her pinned to the wall, and she's going unconscious, and I broke it up, and got attacked with a knife, and I defended myself. I'm still here. So is he.